I was curious for right now, today, is there any work on stabilizing the island for the current residents? If, let's say, there is an earthquake?
I will say that at least some analysis is underway to better get a better handle on that. But I'll
Thank you, Director Dunlop. No work has been done on the existing soils on the island to consolidate them or do other improvements that would help protect the existing building infrastructure stock on the island. The Treasure Island Development Authority regularly works in emergency planning with the city on its exercises to plan for response to an event. But it really is the investment of the development that's going to allow us to make those type of significant improvements to the island to prepare for seismic events as well as
So would there be any concurring safety measures while they are stabilizing and doing the different forms of protection, earthquake protection? Well, and because the area that's now inhabited will be inhabited for some time. And so, I mean, of course, an earthquake could happen tomorrow, it could happen in a century, we just don't know. But based upon the last earthquake, I had heard that there was perhaps as much as a there was a 6.1 earthquake, but there was, somebody said 18 inches or so of drop in the island. Now that's just, who knows, that's like urban myth or something like that, but there was some subsidence in the island.
I had the same understanding there was some uniform settlement across the island, but as you may be aware, it was an active naval base at that time, and the utility and housing stock on the island fared reasonably well, as compared with Hunters Point Shipyard, where a lot of the existing utility infrastructure actually did not fare well in the '89 earthquake because of the fill material that was in that area. But it was more of a, as I understand it, a uniform settlement on the island, and most of the buildings and the infrastructure survived that fairly well. And in terms of the existing structures on the island, in particular the residential housing on the island, that type of two-story structure, Lutheran structure, has performed very well in seismic events. We did recently have a structural engineer, geotechnical engineer from the Department of Public Works come out and take a look at a typical unit and provide us their feedback, and their prediction was that the buildings would fare reasonably well in a seismic event. So the concern more would be if you had a very localized liquefaction, but even that would perhaps compromise a slab, not render a structure, lead to a structural collapse of that type of a structure. So buildings could be located if needed.
And liquefaction is a concern because it kind of looks like if there was a substantial earthquake, for people in the area that it's currently, where people are currently living, they might not be able to get from where they are to safety, like Deer Point Island or something more solid. Is there sort of a route or something that's been sort of picked that would not liquefy or be subject to liquefaction?
The island would be walkable. The liquefaction that would occur on the island would not be to the extent that you would not be able to walk across Treasure Island. I believe our emergency management plan calls for Hangar 3 to be a point of a shelter or emergency coordination in the event of a major seismic event. But that's the plan, and we can try and do more outreach to the community to get that information.
Yes.